Glad Rap channel in London with Taylor Barry. Taylor, how's it going?
Okay, it's going fantastic. Been in London for a week. Very excited for next Saturday.
Look at all this. This is a superstar level, right? I mean, this is the peak of success. Right away.
It's as big as it gets.
Yeah.
You know, 2 undefeated, young, hungry heavyweights. You know, Saturday night there'll be a legend.
So now, you know, you've been in training camp from start to finish. So tell us a little bit about it. Give us some insight. How's it going?
Can't go too much inside, mate.
I know.
Nah, but hey, we've had a phenomenal camp. This is the most driven and focused I've ever seen Joe. From mentally to physically, he's done everything properly. No excuses Saturday night. Come Saturday, Joseph Parker will be victorious.
You know, a lot of hype has been made about the elbow injuries. Can you address that? I mean,
yeah, well, hey, it's something we've struggled with the last couple of years. You know, being in camp with Joe every day, I see what he goes through. It's not easy, but it was time that we didn't have to do the procedures on his elbows. You know, we had this 6-month layoff after the Huey Fury fight. It was a perfect opportunity to take advantage of it with a big fight like this. You know, you can't muck around. It's either you go full in or you don't do it at all. And to beat Anthony Joshua, we had to do it. So, you know, his elbows are great. No, you know, we've had the best camp we've ever had. We've brought in the best sparring partners we've ever brought in. We spent a lot of money on this camp to be victorious. And here we are.
So has he had plenty of time to recover after intensive surgery like that? Or, I mean, does he need a tune-up? Or, I don't know.
No tune-up,
straight
mate.
Onto it, isn't it?
You know, we brought in some very, very elite sparring partners, you know, and no problems. We're still doing our neuromuscular work on his elbows. We're doing everything properly. You know, he had about 10 weeks off, you know, with his elbows to let him rest, and they're fine, mate. You know, the elbows are great. No, like, you know, I've been seeing Joe throw combinations in big bunches, like, you know, back in the 2014 days, and it's exciting.
Are there scars or anything around?
There's scars. There's 6 scars on each elbow.
Oh, so it's pretty serious, isn't it? Did they take out any chunks of...
Yep, took chunks of bone out.
Jesus.
It's a very, very big procedure.
So talk about, you know, JP's been very aggressive in the lead up to this fight. Like, they didn't play, you know, they played hardball with the negotiations, then the footage of AJ getting floored, then he got labeled the King of Pies, then he comes back with King of, you know, steroids. Yeah. He's been one-upping JP on AJ on everything, right? Is that part of the psychological war? Like,
you know, a lot of things were said to get the fight. Joe's a very respectful, humble young man, as you know, as everyone else knows. You do these things to get the fight, and for the fight to make sense. You know, I think Joe has got under his skin.
Is that part of the tactic, though?
It's not. You know, it's just, you know, Joe's not going to let someone sit back and disrespect him and his family and our team.
Yeah.
So, you know, when that happens, Joe's going to retaliate. You know, and Joe said what he said. You know, so that's...
I think it's great. I mean, it looks like he's triggered, like he's getting a little bit emotional.
Under his skin.
Which is great, right?
People come over here for one thing and one thing only, and that's to pay it.
Yeah.
That's not us. That's not our team. That's not how we operate.
You're not here to roll over.
Joe doesn't care about the money. He's not in it. This is, you know, this is legacy right here. You know.
Do you think he's planted any doubts in his mind? Like, can you see anything?
In Joshua?
Yeah, because he doesn't usually look like this.
You know, to cut you off,
yeah.
I think he's rattled him in different aspects where, like, you know, he said, oh, this fight's going 12 rounds, and then he's changed it. I'm stopping Joseph in round 10, 11, and now last week he goes, I'm stopping in round 6. He doesn't know what's going to happen.
Fluctuating all over the place, right?
Speed kills. You know, you look at Joshua's sparring partners. We know a lot of people up in Sheffield. We've heard many interesting things. He hasn't. It's hard to prepare for someone like Joseph Parker and his speed and power. He's sparring amateurs that are 6'6", 6'7", that are slow. You know, so it's different styles. It doesn't really make sense, but obviously his team have a structure and a plan for whatever they have they're doing. Well, they'll be in a rude awakening, mate.
And how are you feeling? Like, are you, like, you know, the 80,000 people you're going to be in his corner? How are you feeling? Like,
I'm very, very confident, very excited, and this is the biggest boxing fight I've ever been involved with. It's exciting, man. You know, these types of events don't always happen, so I'm grateful and blessed to be a part of it. And hopefully next Saturday, when we're victorious, you know, we'll have another one over the summer.
And where does this rate, this victory, where does this rate in New Zealand sporting history, or maybe world history? Is it the #1 better than the All Blacks beating? It has to be number...
It has to be at the very, very top, mate. You know, nothing but love for the All Blacks. But this is big. You know, this is 3 of the 4 belts.
Yeah.
You know, this is ginormous.
This is on a world scale, though, right? It's not just New Zealand, right?
This is huge. This is not New Zealand. It's not Australasia. This is world. You know, this is as big as it gets. Can't get any bigger.
And this is unprecedented territory, right, for a Kiwi, right? So
for a Kiwi to come into a guy's backyard in front of 80,000 of his fans for 3 of the 4 world title belts, and if Joe wins, he becomes a legend overnight, becomes the biggest name in boxing.
Taylor, you know, it's been great to follow you on this journey and just to see how far you've come, and I'm just glad to be just even a little part of it, just to be something about
well, thank you,
it. So
brother.
thank you so much for your time, man. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor. Thank you.